In this video, we'll discuss the setup of a manual EDM, such as the Matos or the AM02 PolyField EDMs. Setup is as per the tripod setup video. Get your tripod level, take the tri-bar off the bottom of the EDM and secure it to the tripod mount, and then use the wheels to level, making sure that the bubble is dead in the center. You can then place the EDM on top, ensuring that the locking screw is done up, and you have the manual bubble which you can center across the two axes of the tri-bar, making sure that you're dead in the center, adjusting the wheels as necessary. Press and hold the red button on the bottom right of the keypad to turn the machine on. And you'll notice that there are values reading through for VZ and HR. If the tripod was not level, you will get a tilt over message. This is showing that the tripod is not level and that the tilt is beyond the parameters that it's able to read at. If you press the star button next to the power button at the bottom of the keypad and press F1, you can bring up an electronic level. Ensure that you have double displayed. If you don't have double displayed, press F3 to enable double reading. This will ensure that you have both the X and the Y axis reading through to the electronic level. You can then adjust to bring the dot back into the center . Where the machine is now level. Press F4 to save these settings and F4 again to save. This will return you back to the home screen and you'll have values which are a repeat of the angles that you're seeing from the machine. The next step is to secure the tablet mount. Secure this in a position where you're able to touch it as the operator with the EDM in the field of view. I'm going to face it towards the camera and put the tablet in just so that you can see it. The last piece of equipment is the connection cable, going from the USB port on the tablet into the port on the side of the EDM. This can be covered by the dust cover, so just take this off. You'll have to rotate the connector until it goes in, and then lightly push and it will go in. Do not force this connector as they can break easily. Next step is to load the PolyField app. With the PolyField app connected, you'll see the green screen showing that we are connected. If you were to disconnect, red will show. On replugging, the app will heal itself and reconnect. On first usage, check with settings that we have the correct EDM device type showing. So the app is currently set for the Mato MTS 602R+, and we are using the AM02. So select the device type, PolyField AM02, and click apply. Click back, and we're now ready to use this machine. Clicking on throws, standalone mode, we can see that the EDM is connected, and we're going to utilize the hammer circle. So the first step is to line up with the center of the prism, and we're going to set the center of the circle. We can manually move the EDM to get it to the right point, and we have the wheels available for adjusting. The innermost wheel will do fine tuning up and down for this one, and the one on the right hand side will do left and right for the horizontal axis. The outer wheel, which is the larger of the two, does the amount of friction that is set on the locking mechanism against the EDM. So tune this to each user to make sure that as you move the EDM, it stays in that position. Once set, it doesn't need to be adjusted again. Cool. We can click Set Center. This will perform a reading and save that reading in for the center of the circle. Click Next. And we're now going to move the prism to the edge of the circle. And when lined up on the edge of the circle, we can now verify that center position. And we can see here that we've failed that tolerance. We are plus 11.8 millimeters, showing us that our reading is too big. Verification. We can then see that we have a plus 3.8 millimeters pass intolerance for World Athletics rulings. Click Next and we can do a sector line check mark. This is optional, but it does help with the heat map graphics. I've just used the same point as the edge tolerance, which is why it's come through as 0.0. And we're then into the measurement screen. In this screen, we're able to measure a throw or mark a throw as a foul. When we measure a throw, we will get the total number of throws, the longest throw of the competition so far, and the average throw within the standalone mode, and we'll also have a throws history. The reason for the foul button is so that we can keep track of every measurement of every throw. So if it is a foul, our throws history stays in line with the field card. It's optional whether you wish to use this or not. The heat map view will show up with all of the athletes' landing areas. As we've just measured the same edge, we're just seeing the edge verification there as one of the blue dots. We'll also have the start and the end time of the competition from first measurement to last measurement, which can be helpful for planning future competitions. And that is the PolyField AM02. You can simply just close the app, unplug the cable by pulling the collar away, and to turn off the EDM, press and hold the red button and then press the green button on the keypad.